Whenever watching a show, has a character ever done something bad, unlikable, or what the show does that is very hypocritical that you question why you're supposed to like the character in the first place? Yeah, that's how I feel about like 80% of the characters in Hell of a Boss. Anyways, ever since season 2 of Hell of a Boss, the show just went into a spiral of inconsistencies, plot holes, hypocrisy, and bad character writing. Now, people do point out the flaws within the show, however, fans of the show will usually ignore it or not accept the criticism given, trying to make an excuse that it's actually good writing. Many of Hell of a Boss's problems can come from the world building to its characters. Some of the characters are good, and some of the characters are not written well. The characters that stick out to me that have the most writing flaws are Millie, Stella, and the person we are going to talk about today, Loona. Now I want to make something clear, just because I don't like Loona doesn't mean you should dislike her, and that I myself like the show. This is me criticizing and asking the show, why should I like Loona? Before I get into the main problem I have with Loona, I should probably mention some of the things I do like about her character. Compared to the other characters after season 1, I think Loona has been the least flanderized with the exception of Millie. I also don't think that she herself is a bad character, it's just that I find that after season 1 she gets really hard to like, which I will mention in a sec. Despite on how her design might be a bit basic, she stands out from the rest of the cast in a good way. I found her social awkwardness sort of relatable, and wish we saw more of it. I also wish she went on more missions and had some more screen time. That's everything on the top of my head, there might be more to it later if I really think about it. Anyway, I should probably mention the issue I have with Loona now. The main point in series where I started to question why I should like Loona is in season 2 episode 2, Seeing Stars. I'm going to assume you watched it already, but here's a quick overview since I'm going to bring up some of the stuff here later. At the beginning of the episode, Octavia wants to see a meteor shower with her dad, but her dad is basically screaming at his ex over the phone and forgot about it. Octavia then decides to steal the book IMP uses for their business to see the meteor shower. Skip to when we see Loona, she's attacking Blitz with knives and a painting because he told her to do her job. And then Loona grabs him around the neck asking,
"If I'm so terrible, how about you just grow a pair and replace me?"
Okay, well maybe I might.
What?
And then she goes back to doing her job up until Octavia steals the book and goes to the human world. Soul censors up and they split around Las Vegas trying to find her, kinda. Skip to when Loona is talking with Octavia, says that dads are trying their best and stuff. They hug, Blitz was kicked in the crotch, Millie kills a guy, the end. Obviously I left some parts out, but they don't matter, so why is it that after this episode it makes me think negatively of Loona? Well, to give the easiest explanation is to start off that she's attacking Blitz for the most childish reason. A common misconception with the scene where she's attacking Blitz is the reason why she's attacking him is because he threatened to replace her. However, this is not the case. Moxie literally said that Blitz was talking about her attitude about the clients.
Let's finally talk to her about her attitude with clients.
I just think some small tweaks might help you be more of a people person, you know?
It's literally said why she's attacking him over the most pettiest reason. And Loona's the one bringing up being replaced, not Blitz. Right after she started to attack him, you could argue that Blitz shouldn't have said that he could replace her. And to that, I do agree. However, what was he going to do? Loona was doing stuff at him. Knives! That could literally kill him. Loona wasn't listening to him at all. In a panicked state, what was he going to do? She only started to listen to him when he said, maybe I might. I don't believe what Blitz said was a good thing, but again, in a panicked state, what was he going to do? Now you're probably thinking, you're taking this too seriously. The show takes place in hell. What do you expect? I disagree. Just because the show takes place in hell, it still has morals and does take stuff like what Loona did seriously. Case in point, the previous episode. I'm not going to go over the entirety of the circus. You probably already watched it and know what's going on, so I'm just going to talk about the ending with Stella and Stolas. At the end, it turns out Stella is an abusive bitch, which when you look at the scene where she's about to slap Stolas, and according to Stolas, has been happening to him for years. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, in the circus, it's portrayed abuse as a bad thing, but in Seeing Stars, it's portrayed as a joke. The only other time on screen we ever seen her be abusive was season 1, episode 2, where she threw a servant at Stolas, to which I always assumed was she being mad at him for cheating on her. With so little Stella within the show, even if it was planned for her to be automatically abusive wife, there's so little of her that it almost feels like a retcon. Before anyone tries to say that Stella was more abusive than Loona, that still doesn't justify the fact that Loona was still being abusive towards Blitz. And from what we've seen of the circuits, it portrays it in a bad light, so why are we made to dislike Stella but like Loona? But she has trauma, you might be saying. 3 things. 1. From what I've shown so far, Loona did not attack Blitz because of being replaced. It was due to him asking her to do her job and be nicer to clients. 2. If you argue that Blitz said something sensitive to her off-screen, then the show never says it, and anything outside the show that confirms otherwise is just bad writing. I don't need to look at outside info or something that can be talked about in 10 seconds or shown on screen that can make the episode more understanding and impactful. 2.5, I realized when writing the script that people should stop acting like Luna's an edgy teenager. She's 22, and even if she was a teen, I would still not like how the show would justify her behavior. 3. Trauma can be used as a reason for someone's actions, not an excuse. Just because she has trauma does not mean she should be excused for attacking Blitz. It can explain that behavior, but it does not let her off the hook. Let's say there was this guy who did something really horrible, and then he brings out his tragic backstory to why he did it. Does he go through an arc and show those behaviors that he changed? Or was this here so you could sympathize with the guy and you didn't have to pay any attention to all the horrible things he did? Stella was made to be an annoying fish, someone we are supposed to hate, because she doesn't regret it. She doesn't grow, but neither does Loona. During her talk with Octavia, she talks on how dads are not perfect and they are trying their best, which I call bullcrap since Blitz didn't really do anything wrong. And not to mention that Blitz is the one for apologizing, not Loona. Loona never apologized for, throwing knives at Blitz, attacking him with a painting. I also wanted to bring up I don't want people to think I like Stella. I don't for many reasons, which I might go over in another video. I do want to point out that, yeah, she called a hitman on Stolas, but just because she did something that is considered morally worse than Loona does not justify what Loona did. Sure, you can dislike one character more than the other, but saying that Loona is justified just because Stella did something worse is like saying that just because one guy has a higher body count than some other guy automatically means that the guy with the least kills gets justified in court. Also, if we were really going down that route, Loona threw knives at Blitz. I don't care if she was angry or not, it's common sense that knives can kill you. Why should I hate Stella for what she's been doing to Stolas if Luna's been doing the same thing to Blitz? If Blitz fought back, he would have been in the wrong. And I don't think he would want to since she loves Loona so much. He cares about her. Sure, he treats her like a child, but that doesn't mean Loona should be attacking him. I'm just going to talk about this episode real quick. I don't understand when episode 8 of season 1 came out, everyone was like, OMG, this makes so much sense on why Luna's acting the way she did in Seeing Stars. Which, no, it doesn't. It adds nothing other than making her look worse. In that episode, Blitz was crying on the couch saying that he didn't want to die alone, and asked Loona if she would be with him until the end, and Loona replies with,
I'll be there, Dad.
Why would she then start beating him up just because of some criticism to do better at her job? She never acted like this before, she would never lay a hand on him and only comedically pushed him away in season 1 episode 3, which is less offensive and more comedical if anything. But anyway, if anything, episode 8 just made me dislike her even more. Even if you bring out the excuse that the show is just a comedy and you shouldn't be taking it seriously. I will tell you right now, the fact is that the show does want to take you seriously. Because it implies that I shouldn't be taking Moxie's sad backstory seriously. That I shouldn't be taking Stolas' family issues seriously. Like, this is going to go two ways. Either I treat Stolas' scene like a joke, or I treat Loona seriously. There are no in-betweens or far-out excuses or buts to why Loona should be favorited by the writers. Yes, comedies can have serious moments, but this show used to be a comedy and dropped it for a sad excuse for a romance plot. I'm sorry if this video seems as if I'm being harsh, but the fact that many people don't point this out just to make me think that anyone who wants to be a writer will think that this is good writing and apply it to their work. Do I believe Loona is a poorly written character? No. Do I believe she's been flanderized by season 2's writing? Yeah, kinda. Now this could easily be fixed if Loona ever got an episode where she realized she has been treating Blitz poorly and be more affectionate towards him. Because before Seeing Stars, I really liked Blitz and Loona's relationship. I'm not criticizing this show just to hate it, I'm criticizing it because I want it to improve. And again, you can like Loona. From all the points I made, why should I, and many other people who dislike Loona, like Loona?